वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th Canto, Chapter 5, verse number 16. All right, Surya Prakash Rao Prabhuji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mathaji. Om.
Your voice is not clear.
Hare Krishna. Lokasvayam shreyasinas vristihi yah ardhan sanihita vikamakamaha ananyo vaira sukhalisa veto anta dukkham cha na vedamudaha. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Madhumai Krishna Kanta Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। लोकः स्वयं श्रेयसी नष्टदृष्टिः यो अर्थान् समीहेत निकामकामः अन्योन्यवैरः सुकलेशहेतोर् अनन्तदुःखं च न वेदमूढः। थैंक यू माताजी।
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Devi Prema Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी। लोको स्वयं श्रेयसी नष्टदृष्टि योतान् समीहेत निकामकामः अन्योन्यवैरः सुकलेशहेतो अनन्तदुःखं च न वेदमूढः। थैंक यू माताजी।
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Anjali Mataji. Anjali Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण। लोकः स्वयं श्रेयसी नष्टदृष्टि य अर्थान् समिहेत निकामकामः अन्योन्यवैरः सुखलेशहेतोः अनन्तदुःखं च न वेदमूढः। हरे कृष्ण।
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Chitra Mohini Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी।
Hare Krishna.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। लोकस्वयं श्रेयसी नष्टदृष्टिः यो अर्थामः अनोन्यवैर्या सुकलेषु हेतो अनन्तदुःखं च न वेदमूढः। हरे कृष्ण माताजी।
Thank you,
थैंक
Hare
यू माताजी।
Krishna. Exyami.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी। प्रणाम माताजी।
Hare Krishna.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। लोक स्वयं श्रेयसी नष्टदृष्टि यर्थन् समहिते निकामकामः अन्योन्यवैर्सुख लेशहितो अनंत दुःख च न वेदमूढा। हरे कृष्ण माताजी। थैंक यू
Krishna.
माताजी।
Venkata Narasimha Prabhuji. Venkat Narasimha Prabhuji. Please unmute yourself.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी।
Hare Krishna.
लोकस्वयं श्रेयसी नष्टदृष्टि ययार्दान समीहत निकामकामः अन्योन्यवैर सुकलेशहेतु अनंत दुःखं च न वेदमूढः। हरे कृष्ण माताजी।
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Vijay Kumari Mataji.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। लोभः स्वं श्रेयसी नष्टदृष्टि यो अर्धान् समिहेत निकामकामः अन्योन्यवैरसुखलेषु हेतोः अनन्तदुःखं स न वेदमूढः। हरे कृष्ण माताजी। थैंक यू
Thank you,
माताजी।
Krishna. Srinivas Rao Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी धन्यवाद प्रणाम। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। लोकः स्वयं श्रेयसी नष्टदृष्टिः योऽर्थान् समीहेत निकामकामः अन्योन्यवैरसुकलेशहेतोः अनन्तदुःखं च न वेदमूढः। हरे कृष्ण।
Thank you, Hare Krishna. B. Shubha Rao Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam Mataji.
Dandavat, Hare Krishna.
लोकस्वयं श्रेयसी नष्टदृष्टिः योऽर्थान् समीहेत निकामकामः अन्योन्यवैरः सुखलेशहेतो अनन्तदुःखं च न वेदमूढः. हरे कृष्ण.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Madhu Soni Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। लोकः स्वयं श्रेयसी नष्टदृष्ट दृष्टि यो अर्थान् समेहेत निकाम कामः अन्यो न वैरः सुखलेश हेतोर् नन्त दुःखं च न वेद मूढ़ा। थैंक यू माताजी। हरे
Thank
कृष्ण।
you, Krishna. Loka swayam shreyashi nashta drishtir yo arthan samiheta nikama kamaha anyo na vairya sukhalesha hetur ananta dukkham chana veda mudhaha. Lokaha, people, Swayam personally, Shreyashi on the path of auspiciousness, Nashta Drishti, who have lost sight, Yaha, who, Arthan, things meant for sense gratification, Samihitta, desire, Nikama Kama, having too many lusty desires for sense enjoyment, Anyona Vairaha, being envious of one another, Sukhalesha Heto, simply for temporary material happiness, Ananta Dukkham, unlimited sufferings. Cha, also na, do not, Veda, no, Mudha, foolish. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki jai. Due to ignorance, the materialistic person does not know anything about his real self-interest, the auspicious path in life. He is simply bound to material enjoyment by lusty desires, and all his plans are made for this purpose. For temporary sense gratification, such a person creates a society of envy, and due to this mentality, he plunges into the ocean of suffering. Such a foolish person does not even know about this. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The word nashta drishti means one who has no eyes to see future. It is very significant in this verse. Life goes on from one body to another, and the activities performed in this life are enjoyed or suffered in the next life, or if not, later in this life. One who is unintelligent, who has no eyes to see the future, simply creates enmity and fights with others for sense gratification. As a result, one suffers in the next life, but due to being like a blind man, he continues to act in such a way that he suffers unlimitedly. Such a person is a mudha, one who simply wastes his time and does not understand the Lord's devotional service. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 7 chapter verse 25, Naham prakasha sarvasya yoga maya samavritah mudhoyam na vijanati loko mamajam avyayam. I am never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent, for them I am covered by my eternal creative potency, Yogamaya, and also the deluded world knows me not, who am unborn and infallible. In the Katha Upanishad, it is also said, Avidyayam antare vartamanaha swayam dhira panditam manyamanaha. Although ignorant, people still go to other blind men for leadership. As a result, both are subjected to miserable conditions. The blind lead the blind into the ditch. Om Agyantimirandasya Gyananjan Shalakaya Chakshurunmiltam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamahiyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Hey Krishna Karna Sindhu Deen Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kantha Radha Kantha Namasite Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishbhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमामि विष्णु पादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांता स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे. Due to ignorance, the materialistic person does not know anything about his real self-interest, the auspicious path in life. He is simply bound to material enjoyment by lusty desires, and all his plans are made for this purpose. For temporary sense gratification, such a person creates a society of envy. And due to this mentality, he plunges into the ocean of suffering. Such a foolish person does not even know about this. Lokaha swayam shreyashi nashta drishti. So, Lokaha shreyam. Okay, we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam 5th canto, the creative impetus, chapter number 5. Do you still remember the name of the chapter? What is the name of the chapter?
King Vrishabdeva's teachings to his sons.
Lord Rishabdev's teachings to his sons. Okay, and then what did we study yesterday? What did we read about yesterday?
Our chief aim should be towards obtaining Samam Bonam, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And for this, we have to aim at this, and we have to teach. The father has to teach the son, the spiritual master has to teach the disciples, and also the king has to teach all these things to their subjects. So that becomes the duty. And once we have learned about this goal, we have to preach others this.
Very nice, thank you. So it's like, you know, the teachings of Lord Rishabdev are now progressing. First, he was focusing in how do we start from our own life towards a journey towards Krishna consciousness. And the way he said is by starting to do the tapasya, by accepting a spiritual master, by following the rules and regulations, by making Krishna consciousness is the only and ultimate goal of one's life, by making every endeavor which is only going to lead towards Krishna consciousness and not doing anything which is not going to lead to Krishna consciousness, including choosing our association and choosing who we not to associate. So you see, this is how the Shastras teach, that they teach that how do we start from our own self. And once we have enriched ourselves to a certain degree, then go and preach others. Okay. Now he's giving reasons why to preach others. This is what I'm understanding. This may be the flow in my head. That yesterday we studied that teach others because people are ignorant and because it is a responsibility. You know, the responsibility of the father to the children, responsibility of the king to his subordinates, responsibility of the spiritual master to the disciples. So it's a responsibility because the dependents are not aware and they're ignorant. Now here he's again saying teach others because people are not aware of what's ultimate good. Loka means people. Here read. Swayam means self or personal. Shreya means ultimate goal. Preya means which is immediately palatable. For example, Preya means, like for example, sense gratification is immediately palatable. For example, sleeping a lot and not getting up for Mangalarti is immediately palatable. That's Preya. Shreya is which entails some tapasya, which is not ultimately palatable. For example, you getting up for Mangalarti. Not everybody can do it, but and we may not even like it, but we still do it out of the obligation of duty, and that is called as Shreya, because it is ultimately good. So on the path of auspiciousness, or which is ultimately good. So people have lost the sight of what is ultimately good. Nashta drishti. Drishti means vision. Nashta means gone, destroyed. So what vision is gone in the people? What is ultimately good? What is the ultimate path of auspiciousness? That's gone. Why is it gone? So yo arthan samihita nikam kamaha. Because nikam kamaha, too many lusty desires are there. And that is why we are running behind something which is immediately palatable. Sense gratification. Right? It's an age of button, right? You press a button and then you appear, so many things appear. Right, but where with that button, okay, so many things appear, but our satisfaction disappears. Because ether, I was thinking one time, why? I don't know yet, but this is my understanding that ether, you see, the information or the sound vibration is carried in the ether. You know that, right? Ether carries the sound vibration. This is known to everyone.
Yes, Mataji.
Like the air carries the touch, and aroma like that. Every form, earth, water, air, fire, ether, every element has its own things which it carries. So ether carries the sound vibration. So this sound vibration, if we are having such a luxurious life where all these gadgets are given to us and comforts are given, that we press button and then it appears, so many things appear, so much information appear, online shopping appears, so many things happen. Yeah, but then why does the satisfaction disappear? Because I'm sure the person or the people who invented all this did not invent to lose the satisfaction of the mind, did they? Hmm? You think initially when people actually sat down and discussed that, okay, we're going to make this application or make this thing, do you think that they sat down with the intention, okay, we're going to do this, so people are completely unsatisfied and there is this, there is like a sense of, sense of sleeplessness and addiction to screen everywhere in the world? Is that the real intention why they may have made it? Do you think so?
No, mother.
Mataji.
No, but this happened, right? This happened. So I was thinking, why? Because if the intention was not that, then how did this happen? So I don't know, but this came to my mind that ether is a material element. It's not spiritual element. Yes, it can carry a spiritual sound vibration, but it is material. So anything that is material is limited. It's not unlimited, right? We have the measurements of this material world. We don't have the measurement of the spiritual world. We have the measurement of the time. We have the measurement of our, span of life. We have the measurement of our number of years that we do, whatever. So there's a measurement. There's all a quantity. We can quantify. So if the ether is a material element, it can only hold this much at a time. So if we are saturating that particular space with these things, we are actually making it very, very hard, because material mind associating with material elements through the medium of material ether, it becomes very difficult for spiritual sound vibration to come. Everything is blocked. Okay, so why? Because there's so many lusty desires. So many lusty desires. And then what do? We fulfill the lusty desires. This is Rishabh Dev saying, Anyona Vairaha. Vairaha means, Anyona Vairaha means, Anyona means other, right? Anya, and Vairaha means envious or, or opposition. So, Sukha Lesha Hetur. So because we want to enjoy this material sense gratification, what do? We base this on the basis of enviousness to each other. Ananta dukkham. What does it do? It actually leads to ananta dukkham. Little happiness, but unaccountable misery. Chana Veda Mudha. Why Veda means knowledge, or Veda means to be aware or knowledge, because this foolish Mudha person does not have this knowledge. They don't even know. To get this sense gratification, we are losing sight of what is ultimately good. And because of the desire for sense gratification is so strong, that we create a society where one person is envious of another, and we create little sense gratification but a lot of distress, and we don't even know about it. Prabhupada, if you read Prabhupada's lecture on this verse, or if you study Prabhupada's lecture on this verse, then Prabhupada explains United Nations is a very good example of this verse. I am not saying it, okay? Prabhupada says it. That United Nations, they are trying to unite these nations, but then their countries are dividing more and more. Right? Prabhupada gave example that there was only one sitting in Europe. Prabhupada said Luxembourg. And that was a state also. But now there are so many states, so many countries. Right? Russia was one country, USSR, but so many now. It has been divided into so many continents. So basically, number of flags are increasing, but we are going to unite. How are we going to unite if we are dividing only? And why are we dividing? Because we are not basing our union on spiritual platform. We are basing our union on exploitation. Who can enjoy better? Who can have a better life? Then what do? That is what came to my consciousness, that the ether gets saturated with all these informations. It becomes very difficult. You know, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in Chaitanya Chaitamrita that meat eaters are untouchable. Hey, there's meat eaters. There's a statement like this: meat eaters are untouchable. You should not touch a meat eater. And this is a very strong statement. Meat eaters are untouchable. What does it mean? That you don't touch them? What do you do? What does it mean? So basically, there are different meanings. Okay, one meaning is because they are not touched by the holy name. They become so thick, the consciousness becomes so covered that they cannot be touched by this sound vibration, and their heart doesn't melt because they are, merciless. The heart has become hard like a stone. No amount of fire will melt the stone. Yeah, you can melt a stone by putting it in fire. You can,
No,
maybe because in volcanoes you can see the lava comes out, but then it hardens again, right? It doesn't remain melted. But you can't really, so these are the statements which we can understand from various angles that Prabhupada is explaining, that we are creating a society of envy. Actually, if we are creating a society or a relationship with anybody at any level based on sense gratification, then that kind of a society or relationship will be based on envy. What is envy? I think you all know by now. What is envy? What is envy?
I like the things that you have, but I don't want you to have it.
Very nice. So by Guru Maharaj start this definition that I like what you have, but I don't like the fact that you have it. I like what you have. I don't like the fact that you have it. So then it leads to, war. Why? Because each party wants to possess the things for their personal enjoyment. Prabhupada said, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. I am the proprietor of all the planetary systems, everywhere, all planets. Loka means planet, na? Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. I am the proprietor. So you say, okay, you come to United Nations with the notion that, okay, we are all going to serve each other on behalf of Krishna, because Krishna is the ultimate proprietor of all the planetary systems. Then there can be some unity. Otherwise, there can never be any unity. The next time we go to make peace with anyone, or in case we have disagreement with anyone, or we face a difficulty, know that. Try to introspect, try to take inspiration from Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. Is this based on Krishna consciousness, or is this based on my personal enjoyment? So and then I don't know if we are so strong to, make a right step, but at least awareness is the first thing that can happen. So because of this, we go on suffering, ocean of suffering. Why the word ocean is used? Because if you read the purport, if you read the verse, there is no word ocean here. There is no word ocean here. But Ananta is there. The word Ananta is there. No ocean is there in this verse. No word which means ocean directly, but Ananta is there. So Prabhupada translates Ananta as ocean of suffering. Ananta Dukkham, right? Ocean of suffering. Why? Because ocean, we can't possibly measure the length and breadth and the depth of an ocean. It's so deep. So the deepest thing that we can perceive in our consciousness, Prabhupada is giving example of that, ocean. So he's saying Ananta as ocean. And such a foolish person does not even know about it. We don't imagine it's like a blind person going in a blind ditch, right? This is what it says, Prabhupada here. Although ignorant, such people still go to other blind men for leadership. As a result, both are subject to miserable conditions. The blind men lead the blind into the ditch. And they don't even know because they're blind. They don't know there's a ditch there. So we are basically jumping into the ocean of birth and death perpetually because of this. Because Sarva Loka Swayam Sriyashi Nashta Drishti, lost the sight of what's really Shreya or what's really, really good for me. I've lost the sight. When I become nearsighted or far, there's eye disease, nearsightedness, farsightedness. Have you heard of it? Nearsightedness, farsightedness. Have you heard?
Yes, myopia, hypermetropia.
So this is nearsightedness, farsightedness. So we can only see what's there right now, and that too very defectively. Why? Because we have lost what is ultimately good. So if I don't know what is ultimately good, I will go on, doing something which will make me happy right now, day by day, every single day, spending the life that I have, which is very, very countable in this body, in this particular place, and perpetually preparing to remain miserable. And I don't even know about it. That's the civilization we are in. We don't even know about it. If you tell the leaders, my dear leader, okay, you're going to improve the condition of the park in the society, very good. Okay, you're going to uplift the educational system in the schools, very good, by giving them books and putting ACs or doing better examination system, very good. Okay, you're going to open liquor shops for people who want to drink and raise taxes on the liquor. Okay, you're thinking this is the welfare, or you're going to open so many hospitals, but what are you doing for the ultimate good of the people? So whatever we are doing, understand, is only for immediate sense gratification. Whatever, if it is not circled or based in Krishna consciousness. So Krishna consciousness is so deep that it actually tells us to work towards a particular goal, right? If we don't have a goal, we don't have a purpose in life, the life problems or the life becomes very overwhelming. We don't know what we are working towards. And this is known to secular world also. There are some psychologists who base their philosophy on the best thing that keep the people moving in life is a goal or a purpose. And there's another philosopher who counter argues this by saying that no, the best thing that keep people moving in life is the immediate pleasure. They go for pleasure. But he says no, it is actually based on goal of life. And then Freud says, Freud philosophy is based on this, Freud philosophy, that no, this is based on pleasure. So like that they argue, and and then it is left to the reader or the student of psychology to accept what they want to accept, immediate pleasure or the ultimate goal of life. A goal is having a goal. Okay, so it is very clear that now understand the verse properly. Loka swayam sreyashi nashta drishti. So loka means people, swayam means self, sreyashi means ultimate good, nashta drishti. We've lost. Drishti means vision, nashta means spoiled. So the vision is spoiled for the ultimate happiness because, and people have done it to themselves, because yo artham samiheta nikama kamaha. Nikama kamaha means unlimited lusty desires. Yo arthan samiheta. Artha means object, sense object, or sense gratification. So we want the desire for sense gratification, which are unlimited. Nikama kamaha, uncountable. Anyona vairaha. So vairaha means opposition or enviousness. Anyona means others. Sukha lesha hetur. So based on that, to get little bit of happiness, we have created a society based on envy and enviousness. As a result, there is a little happiness, but ananta dukkham. Chana veda mudha. Ananta dukkham, which Prabhupada translated as ocean of suffering. That's ananta dukkha. Such a foolish person does not even know about this. Now, more foolish person will be the one who knows about it but still doesn't act on it, right? Prabhupada talks about 4th chapter Bhagavad Gita. What verse is that? Where Prabhupada talks about the sanshaya atma vinashyati. Which verse is that? So doubtful. Which verse is that? 4:12. Sanshaya atma vinashyati. Anyone knows? Yes or no? Nobody knows? Sanchya Atma Vinashyati. Okay, look up and tell me which verse is that. I'm not able to remember. Which verse is that? And tell me. Over there says that ignorant people who are ignorant, foolish. Huh?
440.
440.
4.40.
440. Ignorant, but ignorant and faithless person who doubt the revealed scriptures do not attain God consciousness, they fall down. For the doubting soul, there is happiness neither in this world nor in the next. So Prabhupada kind of consolidates ajnana, which is ignorant, ashraddha means having no faith, sanchaya atma means the atma which is doubtful, into one category. But Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Prabhupada says these are three people. Ajnanaha, who has no knowledge, ashraddha, who has no shraddha, no faith, and sanchaya atma which is full of doubt. So there are three people according to Vishwanath Chakravarti Prabhupada's commentary, and Srila Prabhupada consolidates the three into one. They all don't attain God consciousness. But Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Prabhupada explains, Agyan means who has no knowledge. Okay, ashraddhavan means who has knowledge but doesn't have a lot of faith in it. And sanchaya atma means who has knowledge, who have faith, but who doesn't really believe that the system will really work 100%. So out of all these three categories, which category is at the most disadvantage is the discussion of subject. What do you think? Which category is at the most disadvantage? Agyan, ashraddhavan, or sanchaya atma? Which one?
Doubting.
Sanchayatma.
Doubting it.
Huh?
Sanchavan. Doubting the revealed scriptures.
Doubting the okay. So sanchaya atma is sanchaya atma is at the most disadvantage. Why? Okay, there are people who don't come to Krishna consciousness. They are unfortunate. Okay, unfortunate. They don't even come. They live the human form of life. Don't come to Krishna consciousness. How unfortunate that life is. But then there are people who come to Krishna consciousness and develop the faith. So they're fortunate. They're fortunate. They come and they develop the faith. But then the third one is more interesting, that people who come to Krishna consciousness, who develop the faith, but do not develop the full practice and don't take the full advantage, they are most unfortunate. Most unfortunate. Okay, so now we have to figure out, what do I want to be? Do I want to be the most unfortunate, that having come to Krishna consciousness, I'm lacking this ability to put this in full practice with full swing in my life? Or do I want to be like what? No, what? Because now, after reading Srimad Bhagavatam, there is no way your life is going to be the same. There's no way. Even if somebody leaves Krishna consciousness, they still will not be able to fit in a normal category. Yeah, how many of you, after chanting Hare Krishna and reading Srila Prabhupada's books, are able to fit in with the society now? How many of you?
Madam, I feel like that.
Not able to fit in.
What do you feel, Vijay Kumari Mataji?
I feel I changed my attitude and tried to change the others who are done a wrong thing. I told them, if you go this way, you will attain only that. You go in the Krishna conscious, Krishna will give the good thought to you.
So my original question is, thank you for sharing, Mataji, that how many of you, after having been touched by Srila Prabhupada and having been touched by Krishna, Hare Krishna mantra, are able to go back to your old lifestyle? How many of you?
Not able to go back, Mataji.
Not able to go back. Even if you want to go back, you will not be able to go back. That's how it is. You know, Krishna has, and actually we are very fortunate. Even if I want, I want to lead my life the way I was leading before I came to Krishna consciousness, it will still not be possible. Because that's gone, dead and gone, Something is dead and gone, it's gone. It doesn't exist anymore. It only exists in the idea. So that life is gone. So don't think that you will ever be able to fit in. You'll always stand out. That's how it's going to be. So we have to try to become comfortable with the uncomfortable, because to become Krishna conscious is uncomfortable for the normal population because we don't fit in. So now you have to define your comfort in this uncomfortable zone. And remember Rishabh Dev's preaching, Loka Swayam Shreyashi Nashta Drishti. Spoil ho gaya. The vision is spoiled. But why should I spoil my vision? For what? Because they have a small vision doesn't mean that I'm going to catch their disease. Yeah, is a good doctor goes to treat a patient so that they can get patient's disease, or they take all precautions so they don't get the disease but the person gets treated. What does a good doctor do?
Second option.
Second option.
What is the second option? So easy answers, huh?
So the patient gets cured.
Cured and the doctor doesn't get anything affected.
Yes. So so now you walk in the world on behalf of Krishna. Others are walking in the world on behalf of their sense gratificatory propensities. You walk with your hand, with your head on your shoulder and your heart fully available on behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You walk like that. If you have ever seen Prabhupada, he always walks with his head up, right? You can always see the Supreme Abode. He has nothing to do with the people here, nothing to do with the area around. No amount of beauty is able to attract the attention of a saint because he has seen the most beautiful. Okay, so understand that Krishna consciousness is so important. Because of the lack of Krishna consciousness, we are losing sight of what is ultimately good for us. And we are basing our society on relationships which are completely founded on envy, because there is unlimited sense gratificatory propensities to be met. And we try to make it a very happy place, a very comforting, satisfying and comfortable place. But actually what is happening, ananta dukkham, we are actually drowning in the ocean of suffering and we are not even aware of it. I was looking at the photos, one of my school friends, I don't know, sent it, or I don't know what happened, a few weeks ago or a month ago, that they were having a party, okay? And this was in India. And in the party, everyone wants to enjoy. So the enjoyment was loud music and alcoholic drinks. So, and that is the definition of enjoyment, the definition of enjoyment. Now, I'm like, is this really enjoyment? Do you think it is really enjoyment? Like, don't try to criticize. I have said repeatedly, if we cannot correct someone, we have no right to find a fault in them. We have no right to find a fault in someone if we cannot correct them. But this is not enjoyment, because this is running away. Because being in the reality is so painful that the definition of enjoyment is to get away from the reality and get into some hallucinatory zone, in the form of intoxication. That's enjoyment for a person who is not in Krishna consciousness. Can you believe what kind of a life is that? Because the reality is so painful and they don't even know it. Because they're celebrating, celebrating a job promotion or celebrating a birthday or celebrating something. But the celebration is made in such a way that it takes us away from the reality in the form of intoxication. So thinking, this is amazing. This is amazing. It is really clear. What's there to hide? It's really clear that you are trying to enjoy by going away from the reality, but the reality is so painful. So what is there to enjoy? What are you enjoying? Nothing. It's just like some sort of, I don't know, so yehi samsparsha cha bhoga. I don't know. Because as I said, we can never go back to the normal sense of a society. It never, never ever it will happen again in any life, because we have chanted Hare Krishna, because we have been touched by Srila Prabhupada. It's never going to happen. So don't try to fit in. Try to stand out on behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and become a preacher. Even if we do mistakes, but we still try to convey the message that please try to become Krishna conscious. Please don't put up with the facade. Please don't act. Please get real with the agenda. In whatever way you can, Krishna will give intelligence to a person who wants to do it. Right? The Dami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yena Mamupayanti Te. Whoever wants to come to me, I give the intelligence. Any questions, reflections, realizations, or corrections? Am I audible?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much for a wonderful session. It's very explanatory and very clear with the sloka, Mataji. Word by word you have explained. So.
One sentence, Mataji, it touched my heart. Living in comfortable and uncomfortable situation. We are now like that. We are already in Krishna conscious and we can't go back. We are trying to progress, but still the circumstances are surroundings in us, whether it's a family or society, they put us in a lot of embarrassment situations. Still we think Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Yes, you are very good. Very, it touched my heart, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I hope we put it in practice with a lot of determination and faith in the Supreme Personality of Godhead.